Hello, hello, my friends. How are you doing? Good morning, Froggy. How are you, my friend? Can you hear me okay? I want to make sure my technology is playing nice today because it's been a minute since I have been here. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, hoping you can hear me okay. Fingers crossed. Good morning. Um, so we are going to be playing with the color cube. Sorry, the mic was there. Is that better? Hold on, let me show you. I have this kind of mic and I had it up like that. So I put it down by my mouth so you could hear me instead of up by my head. Oh, that's my bad. So, um, sorry for canceling last week. As you may have seen by my post, we had another death in the family. 2025 has been a year. It has been a year. My husband's cousin, she's only a year older than him. Um, Her husband and her were driving. They live up in the Los Angeles area, and something happened with the car. It lost brakes or something. In any case, the car slipped over multiple times um, and landed in a ravine off the highway. And she was killed instantly, which I guess is a blessing. She didn't suffer. Unfortunately, their two sons were driving behind them and saw it all happen. So, last week were the services. We drove up to LA to go to the services to be with the family. So, Monday, I had to kind of get the car ready to go. So I had to, get new tires. So the car needed new tires anyway, but since we were going to be driving to LA, my husband said, okay, we have to get them now because I'm not going to drive that far with needing tires. So had to get new tires, had to make sure the car was washed, we had an oil change, all the stuff before we took a longer drive in the car. Um, and so we did that and then, you know, got everything ready around the house, make sure I left the house clean before we left. That's just a me thing. I like to leave everything clean. Um, and we went up there um, to the services, which were beautiful. And then we came back. So that was our week last week. And that kind of threw our schedule off. But we're back this week. And I thought, let's play with the color cube. So I have card number 8. Oh, thank you, Froggy. Um, yeah, it's been a rough year. To say the very least, it's been a rough year. Um, we're playing with card number 8. So the colors on this card are charcoal, which to me almost looks black. I mean, it's a little bit lighter than black, but it's a really dark gray. So charcoal, Kelly green, hunter green, apricot, and clay. So I thought I would get my distress inks out and my distress oxides. And since I got my shipment of my caboodle from Spellbinders, I figured I'd play with that. So the colors I chose, because I don't know, my grays and my distress inks, none of them were dark enough. So I'm using black soot, twisted citron, rustic wilderness, tattered rose, and tea dye. And then I got the same colors in my oxides. And do you guys see that now the oxides come in the little cubes? And I remember when they first came out, they said, nope, we can't make them in the cubes, something about the formulation, blah, blah, blah. So they weren't going to make the cubes. So I went ahead and bought the full size ones. And I mean, not that I regret buying this full size ones. I like having them, but the reason I buy the cubes on things, number one, the price point, and number two is storage space because I mean I have limited space. So thank you, Justine. Yeah, rough year. Hopefully next year will be better. Hi, welcome, my friend. Welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. So now I have them in the cubes. I mean, I'm not gonna get them. I already have the full size ink pads, so uh, it is what it is, I guess. In any case, I thought I would play with my Spellbinders stuff, figuring out what I wanted to use. I also grabbed some cardstocks because I wasn't sure if I was going to do die cutting or what I was going to do. So I kind of grabbed what I thought was close enough in my bin of cardstocks. You know that I don't know if you've seen, but an unboxing I did of it's like a pound of cardstock from the 12 by 12 cardstock shop, and it's just like these. They're 4 by 12 inch pieces, most of them. Some are 3 inch by 12 inch. And so it's a really great deal, but these are perfect for when you're doing die cutting of like smaller dies. Or even, if you get the 4 inch pieces, if you want to cut a 4 by 5 1/4 inch panel, that works too. So anyway, I got some black because like I said, that looks almost black on that color cube. I did get a gray in case I want to just ink blend and make it a darker gray. And then for that green, let's see, here's this one. Let me move the color card out of the way for a minute. Then that hunter type green. Then for this apricot, I didn't really have one, so I kind of pulled this pinkish one. I think that one looks better. This is too bright of a pink. So that one might work. Let me put that there and I'll kind of decide. And then for the clay, I pulled that one. So I have some cardstocks ready to go in case we go the die cutting route. We'll see which route I go today. I did get a text from my granddaughter earlier today, well, probably about 15 minutes ago, saying, "Grandma, can you take me to school today?" Because she's in college and she usually carpools with a friend of hers for her Monday class. And I guess I don't know what happened. Um, oh, Lala, thank you for being here, my friend. You got to get it. I love having it because then I don't have to try and think of color combinations that work because that, my friend, is not my forte. I don't know. I just can't come up with good color combinations. Oh, did you redirect, my friend? Oh, thank you. Thank you for trying that. Oh, thanks for watching while working. Um, so what was I say? Oh, so she called or she texted me and said, "Can you take me?" I take her to work every day, but that's until the afternoon. But she needs me to take her to school today, so I'm gonna have to be quick because it's like I need to leave my house right at 11 so I can get her to school on time. So let's kind of peek through my caboodle stuff that I got. Let me move this out of the way. And I haven't opened any of it, and I'm really excited to play with all of this stuff. Um, but last week was really not much crafting happening. Well, let me take that back. Some crafting happened. Let me show you. I know I get distracted easily. I squirrel a lot. My next to youngest granddaughter, she'll be 4 in October. So working on her birthday present, and she's my little girly girl, one of my girly girls. So I've been making a bunch of hair bows for her. She doesn't watch my channel, so I can show you these. But I made a bunch. It all started because I saw, I don't know, some shorts video where somebody made this little ballerina bow and she's taking a ballet class. And I thought, oh, this would be perfect for her and it's easy to make. I can do this. And then I saw one with this little pencil one. Oh, I can do that. And then I saw one with a little, let's see, where is it? A little crayon one. What did I do with the crayon one? Little crayon one. And I thought, oh, I can do that. And it just snowballs, right? It just snowballs into, oh, I can do that. And then I thought, well, let me make one for all the different holidays for her. So this is going to be for Halloween, and this is going to be for Dia de los Muertos and St. Patrick's Day. So she'll have bows for all the holidays. So this is Valentine's Day. So some crafting happened last week, just not paper crafting. I have to try, and that's for Easter. Have to try and get ahead for birthdays. This is going to be for New Year's. Where's the other one I did? I think it's no. This for 4th of July. That's one of my favorites, I think. This for Mexican Independence Day or Cinco de Mayo, both different holidays. In case you don't know, Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day, my friends. Some people confuse them. Today is actually El Día del Grito. So tonight, they do El Grito for Mexican Independence Day, and Cinco de Mayo is when Mexico won the Battle of El Pueblo or Puebla. I forget, but it's not Mexican Independence Day. It's a different holiday altogether. But any reason to party for us. And then what was this one? Oh, a little birthday bow, little cupcake and candles. So all the bows. And then when I saw I had all these bows, I thought, well, I need to make something for her to put them on in her room. So I'm gonna make a little like wall plaque hanger thingy for her to display all her bows. So that's another project I've got to get done. Anyway, now that I've squirreled enough, um, oh, Wims, thank you, so sweet. Shorts of the bows? I don't know. I don't do shorts, Lala. I don't even know how to do shorts. I haven't even gotten into that realm. Hi, Jenna. Welcome, my friend. Um, I don't know. I just haven't gotten into that. And they're really easy. They're really simple bows to make, friends. They're super easy. So it didn't really take me any time at all. I mean, a lot of this is the decorations is just using iron on with my Cricut, and just I would look for a candle image and then use the colors I wanted, or a cupcake image. So pretty easy to make, pretty easy. Just deciding what image. Here I found some spider images and a jack-o'-lantern face, and just decided what I wanted. So, and she likes having bows in her hair. Unlike the 2-year-old, that one will let me brush her hair, but don't put bows in her hair because she doesn't want bows in her hair. She just no, she'll take them off. So I don't know. Very different children. Okay, back to paper crafting. Hmm. Okay, we have here. Hi, Jeanette. Welcome, my friend. Um, yeah, they would sell in craft fairs. I used to make bows. So when my girls were little, especially my oldest, like my oldest, she had the matching socks with little ruffles, and the matching little, decorative undies with the little ruffles on the bottoms, and the matching dress and bows, and everything matched on her. And I would make her bows, and um like I did all that for her, and I would make bows for all my girls. But as I got older and had more kids, I made less and less and less stuff. It just life got busier. So with my last one, um, and she didn't really like bows either. And it's her daughter, she has a 2-year-old who doesn't really like bows. She didn't really care for bows in her hair either. And my oldest one, who was the redhead and with curly hair, um, people would ask me, and I don't know why they would ask this, if I had colored her hair, if I had permed her hair. And they would ask me this when she was a tiny baby. Who would perm or color their baby's hair? It's like, no, that's her hair. Like, oh my goodness. But I used to make all her little bows. So she had, um, matching bows for her outfits. That's what I did. I had to have my little girl all pretty. Okay. Okay. I've got to stop squirreling. Back to paper crafting. Okay, this is the small die of the month. So it has like this little pumpkin, this little cat, and little cat has this little like pumpkin topper hat. That's kind of cute. The Better Press, I'm loving this Better Press. I'm excited to use this one because it's kind of like a quilt background. It's called Sketchy Hexy. And I'm excited not only to use it as a Better Press, but also to foil, to glimmer with it. So that'll be fun to do. Then Stitching Die of the Month has these. These are supposed to be kind of like the top-down view of the pumpkin, but really you could make these like flowers if you wanted to. Um, so, oh, that would be, you should do that. There are a lot of, there's one channel I watch, I forget who it is. She does mini albums a lot, and she'll just like record straight through, um, errors and all, because she says she doesn't know how to edit, and so that's what comes on her channel. And she's got like a ton of subscribers, and she has like a Etsy shop and all kinds of stuff. Um, and she does beautiful work, but she doesn't edit her videos because she says she doesn't know how. And editing is pretty, to me, it's pretty easy. You know, I kind of self-taught, but it can be time consuming. But that would be great if you kind of did some tutorials. That would really be helpful. Bows are so in this year. You know, Jeanette, bows have always been in our family for our little girls. Okay, so this one I'm excited to use. I do need to buy more embroidery thread because when I was typically I don't, when I'm using embroidery thread, it's because I'm doing a cross stitch blanket for a new grandbaby. But then when I'm done with that blanket, I just get rid of the extra thread. So I need to buy more thread for that. Then there's this Glimmer of the Month, this gilded weave. I love this one too. And then friends, you know how you have the negative um, of your foil when you foil stuff. So um, I I ordered the, you know, like just a blank full plate. But silly me, I don't know why I did that because, and I haven't tried it yet, but I don't know, maybe we'll try it today, see if it works. I was thinking the other day, so let's say I foil this, right? And then I have the negative. Can't I just use the back as the solid to use the foil? Because it's the same as buying that solid plate, right? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll try it. We'll see. We'll see. If I don't try it today, I'll definitely give it a go. Maybe do a video about me trying that. Has somebody else tried that? Is like I can't be the first one to think of that. I can't. Okay. Then here's the stamp of the month. So this is like one big stamp here. And so that'll cover probably half an A2. Let's see. Yeah, half an A2 panel. If you stamp it twice, you'll get a full A2 panel. And then you have dies to cut out all the little images. So this is one stamp, but the dies are all individual dies. So you have to die cut them individually. Um, I think it would have been cool if they had made it one die to cut everything out. However, there's also the benefit of, let's say I stamp this, but I want to just selectively die cut only a few of the images. So for example, I stamp this and I only die cut out maybe the umbrella, the mushroom, and this leaf, and maybe this leaf. And then I inlay these and pop the rest up. You know, it kind of would give you that option. So that's an option. Then if you get the whole caboodle, when you get the whole caboodle, which is what I started doing a couple months ago, um, you always get a freebie. And so this month it was the stencil that goes with this stamp. And so uh, it's four stencils. It's two stencils, but it's four stencils. Let me show you what I mean. I haven't played with it yet, but I'm going to. In fact, maybe we'll use this today. So it's two actual stencils, but so it's half, so that's stencil 1. You flip it over, that's stencil 2, then 3 and 4. So, and then they don't stencil every image on there, and they don't line up perfectly. So it's kind of more of an artsy, loosey-goosey stenciling over the image, which I think is kind of neat. Oh, see here, you can see what it stencils. So it'll stencil this leaf, this pine cone, part of the rainbow, this flower, part of that leaf. So it'll leave a few things like this leaves uncolored, which I think is fine. You could always go back and color those with your colored pencils, with your alcohol markers. You could leave them uncolored. You know, do what you want with your stuff. Would using the back of the foiling plate ruin the pattern? Hmm. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. And Lala, you make a good point about the heat distribution. Since there's a pattern there, would it heat evenly? I mean, well, there's only one way to find out is to try it. I might end up ruining a glimmer plate. Who knows? Okay. The stencil of the month. It makes this beautiful like pattern of fall leaves and acorns. And so this one has four, five layering stencils. And then the embossing folder of the month is, it's hard to see here. Let me see if I can pull it out. And I know the reveals all come out like right away. And so everybody has seen everybody create with these and everything. But, I was thinking, I'm still going to create with these because for me, sometimes like I'll see creators make with these. Can you tell? No, maybe a different color. Um, but then by the time I get my order of what I've purchased, like to go back and hunt those videos down, it's like, oh, let me find that video. It'd be nice to have some new videos there, maybe the black. See that pattern? How pretty. Um, some new videos once these have shipped out to people that have purchased the items. So I think I'm going to start doing that. I didn't do it last month or the month before because, I thought, oh, everybody already did their videos showing the products. But, people are barely getting their kits. I got mine, I think it was last week. Like I said, last week was a very crazy busy week. So I'll probably record some videos this week to post for next week. We'll see what happens. Okay, that one was called Autumn Breeze. And then this is the 3D embossing folder of the month. And this is patchwork. And I love this one too because it's kind of like a patchwork quilt as well. Let me show you that one. And I got to tell you, I love that the Spellbinders embossing folders are so big because if I want to do a 5x7 card, look at that. Isn't that cool? I will. I'll share. I'll probably do a video and see how it comes out. Um, I love this. Like my mom and my sister are quilters. Well, my mom doesn't quilt anymore because she can't see very well. But my sister's a quilter. She's amazing. Um, but I don't I don't sew. I don't like it. I don't have fun sewing. Um, I know how. I can if I have to. I just don't like it. Um, I never have. So I just don't do it. We each there are certain things each of us likes to do. Um, and my sister really enjoys sewing and cooking. I do not enjoy either of those things. All right, and then this is the large die of the month. This makes this, I love it, this huge, like little acorn house, and then the little squirrel, and all these like um, autumn leaves and this flower. I think it's so cute. That is so cute. I love it. This would be fun to play with. Super fun to play with. Okay, so let me go. What did I do with my color cube? Let's play with a stencil. Why don't we? That'll be something quick and easy, I think, to do. I'll put this off to the side. Quick and easy, I think. Who knows? Let me grab. I got this mat, this like sticky mat at Michael's. What did I do with it? For like $5 the other day. Um, it was on sale, and it's. I thought the sticker said $5 on it. Apparently, it said 15, but like part of the sticker was blocked off, and you couldn't see the one. And I told the lady, "Oh, never mind, I don't want it. I couldn't see the one. I thought it said 5." And so, she came up to the register to, I thought, to void out my purchase, and she adjusted the price and she made it $5. I thought that was very nice of her. So I got it for $5. Okay, let's see. Get out my stencil. How are we doing on time? I've got half hour, guys. I saw Lala. They have like these Christmas. Oh, I almost ordered them, but I'm trying. I'm trying not to buy more. Like this is gonna be what I buy. Being a club member and just getting the caboodle every month is gonna be my purchase. I'm not gonna buy other things. Okay, so that's one. This is two. Oops, the little leaf came out. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So one, oh, look, it still has some of the leaves in the stencil. It's kind of cool though. I could, if I needed to, do something with them. I'm not going to throw them away. I'm going to keep them in the envelope, like use them as little masks. Although I'd have to spray them with my pixie spray, which I didn't know where it was until yesterday that I was looking for something else and found it. I found it. Okay. Take these out. Some of them stayed in the stencil. Okay. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. I don't want to throw these away. Let me put them in this tray off to the side so I don't drop them on my floor. Because I drop things on the floor all the time, and I have to vacuum. I have to clean up a little bit because I'm going to be with Alicia tonight on Oh So Inspired Live. Oh gosh, what time? What time? I should look. I should know this. I don't know why I don't know these things off the top of my head. Let's see. Oh So Inspired Live. Mm. Tonight. Huh. I think it's at 6:30 Central Time, I think. Yes, 6:30 Central, so 4:30 Pacific. We're gonna do Also Inspired Live. So I'm excited, I'm nervous, just having to craft on the fly, not knowing what we're gonna do is always nerve-wracking for me, but I think I'll be okay. Okay, where's my packaging for that? That's how I kind of keep track of what I'm doing too. Um, Lala. So at first I got 1 month last year, I got the small die of the month because I like that. And I think the neat thing with Spellbinders is you can kind of change it every month really to what you like. So let's say this month I like the small die of the month. The window, there's a window to change your subscription or to add a subscription or to cancel your subscription. Um, so if you're a current subscriber, I think from the first to the is it the fourth or the fifth, you can change it. So you could change it to a different subscription or add an additional one or cancel it for that month. Um, and then new subscriptions open on the 6th of each month. So I think that's a neat benefit. But there was 1 month that I liked, I don't know, it was three or four of the items. And it was just at that point when you like that many of the items, it's just might as well get the whole caboodle because at that point, for the amount you're going to spend, and that way you get the freebie. So that was my thought process. And the only advent calendar I'm going to do three. Lala, I'm doing spellbinders, tailored expressions. Oh, come on, Yvette, think, and pink and me. So those are the three I'm doing. I think those are the three I did last year as well. So I'm doing those three again this year. Okay, let's see what I want to do. I think I'll do the leaves. Yeah, I'll do them with this one. If I could find a blending brush. That's my green blending brush. My granddaughter likes to play with my blending brushes. And I gave her the 2-year-old I'm talking about. Um, so my daughter, uh, for her birthday, she said, she's like I said, my little hippie. So she said, I just, don't get her new toys. She has lots of toys. Give her a handmade toy, a gift, or a repurposed, recycled gift, or something of that nature. So I was like, oh, I know exactly what I'll do. She likes to play with the stuff in my craft room. So I gathered a bunch of goodies for my craft room, including a whole bunch of blending brushes and some of the little photo boxes that are empty that she likes to play with because they're pretty rainbow colors and a lot of other crafty things. And I just wrapped those all up, and that's what part of what she got for her birthday. She was so excited to get those things. She loves to play with these. She just, I don't know. And she'll do this. She'll go in little circles and do her own little coloring. Okay, so we'll do that one, right? Yeah. So that's going to be Twisted Citron. And I'm going to use just the distress inks, not the oxides. I brought the oxides just in case I wanted to use those, but I'm going to go with the regular distress inks. Okay, line up my next one. And then the stencils have these little like etched corners and then the number of the stencil etched on here so you know how to line them up. I saw somebody, who was it, lining theirs up in like a in their stamping tool, in their Altenew stamping tool, just lining it up in the corner so it kind of made it easy. That was a good idea. That's not a bad idea. Okay, so then, okay, I'll do this leaf with the tattered rose. I'll use this. It is a rabbit hole, my friend. Anytime I find something new I like, it's a rabbit hole for me. That's okay though. My husband just sees a box come in and he's like, "Ah, what now?" I'm just like, what's funny is my son's living with us for now temporarily till he finds a place. So he'll order things and, a box will come in and my husband just looks at me and shakes his head and it's like, "It's not mine. It's not my box. It's your son's." He just laughs. He's like, "Okay." So he has to kind of look at it now, make sure. Whose is it? Who got a box this time? And yeah, we have all my grandkids. I think maybe there's only one who doesn't really care for coming in my craft room that much, but the rest, and he used to. He just as he's gotten older, it's not his favorite thing anymore, which is fine. Doesn't have to be his favorite thing. But the rest of my grandkids, they do. They enjoy it. Okay. Even the boys. Okay, here's number 3. So this is going to be like the little detail on the leaves and on the acorns too. Hmm, maybe. So on the leaves, I want to go with this rustic wilderness, but like this part, I don't. Okay, I'll get my smaller brush. Hmm, okay. Let's see here if I can be more focused on just certain things and not mess it up. Because sometimes I start in my brain thinking, okay, only ink blend on this area. And then I lose track and lose focus and just go hog wild and start ink blending everywhere. So, anyways, I was saying I'm going to be on Oh So Inspired Alive tonight. So I told my husband yesterday, I said, okay, because he always says, okay, what are you doing tomorrow? Just kind of wants to know what my day is going to look like. And I told him, well, I have to do this, this, and that, and then I have a live at 10, and then I have a live at 4:30. And he looked at me, he says, you have 2 tomorrow? And I said, yeah. And he kind of quizzically looked at me, and I said, well, the first one in the morning is my channel, and it's my regularly scheduled one, and I missed last week, and I missed the week before. It's like, okay. I said, and then the other one, I'm going on with Alicia, and then T's going to be on there with us too. And then he says, okay, yeah, okay, you do you, have fun. I think at that point he just started to tune me out. So okay, whatever. I'm just like, all right, well you asked, so I'm explaining, I'm explaining. Get in there. Okay, then on those, I want to go with hmm. I think with tea dye, I think. Yeah, maybe? Yeah. Mm, yeah, go with tea dye. See if that works. Um, Froggy, my youngest, likes camping and outdoors, but she also likes crafting. They can like multiple things. Um, I don't know. My middle one isn't like big on crafting. My children, my grandchildren are more about the crafting stuff. But my children, I think my youngest is the one that really, like, I tell her, okay, now when I'm not here anymore, make sure Dad doesn't just give away all my stuff or throw it all away. She's like, oh, Mom, I'm going to keep it all. I said, okay, no problem. You keep it. Eh, let's see. See, I would have never put these colors together, you guys, but like on the color card, they look good together. On the color cube card, let me make sure I've gotten everything because I always forget, like I'll miss a spot on stencils. Always doing that. Oh, that's looking pretty, right? Okay, then the next one. Come on, you can do this, Yvette. What am I doing on time? I'm okay. I can't be late to pick her up. She can't be late for school. Okay, I think I'm gonna use black soot on this. I'm just gonna have to be real careful. Real careful. To not be too heavy-handed on that. Let's see. Oh, see, I already moved my stencil. All right, let's try again. This sealed in on this mat, on this sticky mat. All right, let's try. Okay, there. It's not trying to be like tap off a good amount of that ink so that I don't get too dark. I don't want it like pitch black because it is a dark gray on the um, card color cube. Uh, Now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this panel. So when I'm done with this panel, do I just slap a sentiment on there or should I um, add a die cut from maybe the small die of the month? What do you guys think? I mean, I guess it depends how much time I have, right? Because I do have to pick her up. I do. I cannot be late. Oops, see, I almost forgot there's some right here. I almost missed these. Then I wouldn't have lined it back up correctly. I would have been frustrated with myself. Like I am my own worst critic. I am so hard on myself. All right, let's fingers crossed. Okay, not terrible. I'm not angry with that. That looks okay. You're right, Froggy. I don't have time to die cut. Okay, a sentiment it will be. All right. So then our little acorns. And let me get this out of the way. So for our should I make the acorns the lighter? Let's try something with tattered rose. I want to see. I want to see. Oh no, I need it to be darker. Well, now I'm going to have to do them all with tattered rose and then go over it with the tea dye. So I get the right shading on all of them. That's how my brain works, in case you guys hadn't noticed. And then I'll go over it with tea dye. That way it'll have the same layering and shading. And we were going over my husband at breakfast yesterday. I was like, because we were talking about the bows I made for my granddaughter. And so we were going over the list of birthdays for the remainder of the year. And I was like, okay, so we only have one in October. We have, and we're talking about what's left in September. We have, as far as our children, we have 2 more in September. And we have 1 grandchild in October. And then we have 3 birthdays in November and 1, 2, 2 birthdays. 1, 2. Oh my God, my brain hurts. 2 birthdays in December plus our anniversary. So, and then we start over. And I was like, okay, now we have a January birthday to think about. And he looked at me because we don't have any birthdays in the J months for our kids or grandkids, really. And so I said, we have a January now. And he looked at me and I said, don't forget. And I told him, our niece. And he's like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. So since his brother passed away this January, our niece has really kind of become our daughter now. At least we see it that way. So um, now we got to remember her birthday in January. So yeah, I told him, don't forget that. Now we have a J birthday. He said, okay. Okay, almost done, guys. Oh my. Okay. Oops. Not okay. Right here still. All right. Did I get everything? I think I got everything. All right. Let's see. Ready for the great reveal, friends? Thanks for being here. Have a great day, my friend. The beads that I knocked over during my level. Oh no! Beads will take a while to pick up. Oh, that does look nice. I almost think I do need to go darker on that gray though. Maybe I do need to go back in and make it a little darker. Try and line it back up. Or I'm gonna try. Let's see. I think it needs to be darker. And I noticed my distress cube for black soot is like kind of drying up. I need to get re-inkers. I don't have re-inkers for my distress inks. Do they have re-inkers for them? I don't know. I haven't paid attention to that. Because it kind of they dry back just a bit, and so I think I needed to add more. Yeah, this is dried up quite a bit. I really must re-ink. The reason I got out my distress inks, I'll tell you, because I wasn't sure if I was going to use my Better Press. And last month when I used the Better Press, I used my distress inks and it pressed beautifully with my distress inks. So I thought, well, just in case, I'll get my distress inks out in case I use the better press. I still have to figure out what to make for dinner. I haven't even thought as far as dinner goes. Usually I have something defrosted by now, but I cleaned out my freezer so I don't have anything to defrost. So I have to go to the grocery store. Okay, let's see. We get everything. All right, I think I got everything. All right, hope I didn't mess it up by doing that. Oh yeah, it needed to be a little darker. That looks better. That looks way better. Okay, let me put my blending brushes out of my way. See, and then I can go from there and decide on a sentiment. And let me move those out of my way. Okay. How is this going to lift? That's going to be super stuck on there, huh? I haven't really tried lifting from here. Oh, I'm going to be sad if this sticks to this mat. This is a thin mat. It's not as thick as like the waffle flower ones. Maybe I should have stuck to my waffle flower one. Oh. That came off and dropped to the floor. So let me pick that up. Okay, and it curled. Okay, it curled. Now I didn't use a super heavyweight paper, so that's probably part of the problem. No worries, no worries. Let's trim it a bit. So I'm going to trim it so it's down to 4 by 5 1/4. That'll help with the curling from the edges. 4, 2 to 5 1/4. Basura. Okay. Then, oh, I probably could use a card base. What if I use a craft card base? Let's see. Well, craft card base would be good. There are reinkers. Halala. Okay, I'll have to get some. I know the oxides have reinkers, but I wasn't sure. Okay, the distress do. Okay, good. Good. Good to know. Okay. Well, I did not prepare well at all. I didn't get my glue, anything. Oh, I just hit my knee, you guys. Oh. Okay. I'm going to glue this onto my card base. And then we'll find the sentiment. And then we'll be done. I think I wasted half today's life talking about other things. Okay. There we go. That craft card base makes it work. Then, let's see, sentiment. Maybe from here I could stamp. Hope this season wraps you in comfort. May your fall be full of bright wonder. A little fall charm just for you. A little fall charm just for you. Let's try that. I still have to clean my stencils too. Okay, so next week, did I plan anything for next week? Let's take a peek at my schedule for next week. Next week, what did I put? September. Oh, I have to play with Spellbinders stuff. So that's what we'll do. We'll play more with our Spellbinder stuff next week. Okay, let me put on here. What was it? A little fall charm. No, what was it? Was that, A little fall charm just for you? Was there other things I could have? Let me look at my stuff. How am I doing? I've got 4 minutes, guys. I've really gotta. Yeah, let me just stamp that. Quit. Quit pretending that I have time when I don't. Okay. I always like push myself right to the edge of time. Always. I don't know why I do that. Okay. All right. Put that aside. And put this aside. Aside. Too clean. Oh. I cleaned up my space right before I started, guys. I promise. I promise. It's a mess now. Okay, where's the dye that goes with this? Okay. Although I don't probably have time. I'm not listening. What? Stop. You need to get rid of. I have 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. You know what? I'm not going to die cut it. I'm just going to cut it as a strip, okay? That way I don't stress you guys out. I don't stress me out, and I can leave on time. You guys are so good for keeping me on task, making sure I'm on time. Okay. I'll cut it down this way. But I could have, had I had the time, I could have cut it with the coordinating die. But because Yvette doesn't know how to stay on topic and I squirrel all the time. Okay, where's my card? All right, so I can put right here, right there, right? Right. All right, let me get tape. Like I know how to race through and finish things if I have to. All right, done. I will clean these when I get back. Gotta go get her to class. Let me zoom in. Hold on a second, guys. Ready, set, zoom. Finished with a minute to spare. Yay! Thank you for keeping me. Oh, you guys are so good to me. I will fit. That's done. I'm done. We're good. I will be back next week, 10 o'clock. All right, friends. I gotta run. Gotta go get my baby girl, who's 18, so she's not such a baby, but I gotta get her to class on time. All right, friends. Thank you for keeping me on task. Thank you for being here, for keeping me company, and for always supporting me no matter what. Have a great day. Have a great week. Bye, friends.